So your book is called A Woman Makes a Plan, but you talk about in your book how plans are often sideswiped and you have to make a new plan. So what is it about the plan and not holding on to it too tightly?
Well, you do want to hold on to it tightly because you've got this plan and it's going to be great. And then, you know, all sorts of things get thrown at you and then you are miserable. And then you have to say, now I need to make another plan. And what my book says is that I stayed in miserable situations too long, so maybe you don't have to.
And you talk about untraditional ways that you pushed your career forward when you were met with resistance. Yes. Can you talk to me about that?
Well, everything you do, first of all, as a dietitian, I actually started my own practice. You know, I was 21. I started my practice at 22 because I fell pregnant on honeymoon. So you really can't go looking for a job. And so, but just from home, you know, small practice picking up over the years. And then, so that's why you figure out, well, you have to work from home because you've got kids. And then you find that you become very successful and you think, maybe I can live better than this by not being absolutely miserable every day in this bad marriage.
And when you moved to New York, you signed with a very big modeling agency, and it wasn't going better than like you expected it to go. So how did you deal with that?
I was very sad because I would go into the agency and well, first of all, I've had some big campaigns, and then I would join the larger agency. And they just kept on saying, yeah, I'm just not good enough, and nobody wants to see me at castings. And I'm thinking, but surely they could just meet me, and then maybe, you know, and then sometimes I would say, look, I've joined you for 6 months. The first job I went to, I booked the job. So now I don't have any more castings, and I didn't join you to stop modeling. And they said, we're doing our best, don't complain, you know, we're doing our best. And then they'd send me out for one casting. And then the casting director would see me, lining up with 30 women, come and grab me and say, at long last, we've got you. And they'd bring me to the front and they'd say, we want you for this job. And I said, great. And then they said, because you just haven't been available. And I'm thinking, why am I not available? And then I would mention to my agency, and then they would scream at me saying, well, you know, we're doing our best, and they're mixing you up with other models. And I'm thinking, not many models my age. So this went on for a long time, and every time I complained, they would scream at me that they're doing their best. And then I started getting model agencies all surrounding New York, as well as Europe, and then I could model.
Have you had moments of lapses of confidence, and what do you do to help get over those?
Yes, you have many lapses of confidence. You are defeated many times where you think, I'm in this dark tunnel and I can't climb out of it. And you just have to keep on thinking, how do I get out of this bad situation? And sometimes the law has to change for you to be able to get divorced or move out of a contract. You know, you have to be able to fight for yourself. But I was always a softie, so I always trusted people. I always didn't know why they would be malicious or why would they be nasty. What's the advantage to them? And I guess people just like control and power. And if they can have power over you, it gives them joy. But it's not right.
Change seems to be something that helps people grow a lot, but it's also very scary for most people. Reading your book is like one major life change after another. Is change something that you lean into, or it's something that you were forced to do? And
every time it was to better my situation, and it was always scary, and I just went into the deep end, you know, and then I kept swimming until I came to the surface. It takes a long time. So when you move to a new city or a new country, you know nobody. I work for myself, so it's not like I had colleagues around me. And it takes you a while to get friends or meet people and to build up your practice. So that, my kids were eating peanut butter sandwiches for dinner, and to be able to actually buy a chicken, you know, once a week, to have some chicken and potatoes and vegetables. So that was always a thrill. So you look forward to good things like that.
You raised incredibly successful children. You have 3 children. Can you tell me what you did when you were raising them that made them the way that they are today?
Well, I think it's similar to my parents. You know, they were working all the time. I only saw them at 6 o'clock in the evening for dinner, and they just made us independent. We started working for them when we were young. And in the same way, my children were helping me, and they were very aware that I had my practice at home, and they need to be well behaved and do their own homework, because I didn't have time to work with them. And they were really good kids. I was very lucky.
And you let them follow their own passion.
They followed their own passions, and they all went in different directions.
And what is so magical about the age 12?
Well, you don't know it's a magic age until you tell your stories, and then you say, oh, actually, by 12, we already knew what they were going to do. And then, as I said, they went in different directions. When we moved to Toronto, my funds were blocked. So I was a research officer at the University of Toronto, so they could have come there for free if they studied, or very little, if they studied medicine or law. But Elon and Kimball wanted to study business, and then Elon went on to study physics as well. Tosca wanted to study film. So they had to get their own scholarships, they had to get their own loans, and they had to support themselves, and they did it.
And looking back at the way you raised your children, what is the best gift you think you gave them?
Well, I think I was strict, and they tell me I was a pushover. So there you go. Yeah, I think being polite and considerate of others and doing good for others, I think they saw that as a dietitian. They saw me doing that, and they all do good things for others.
And at 69, you became the oldest cover girl in history. How did they get you to do that campaign? What was that process like?
Well, first of all, I was Instagram. So Instagram got me IMG Models, which they said there's a beauty company that's interested in me. And I thought, oh yeah, you hear these things. And then they said, oh, we're going to be meeting with CoverGirl. I said, okay. And I go there and I see all my Instagram photos up on the mood board. And I'm saying, that's interesting. And then they're talking as if I was the cover girl already. And then afterwards I leave with my agent. I said, am I a cover girl or not? She said, yes, the contract. We've got the contract. We're working on it. And I said, oh, until I sign that contract, I'm not saying anything. And well, I wasn't allowed to say anything. And then when that contract came, it was just fantastic. I just thought, wow. It's like every model's dream to be the face of a makeup brand, and now I am.
And the commercial, I still remember seeing it for the first time. It talks about age head on, and it's very moving. What was that process like, and what did you think about the campaign when you were shooting it?
Well, I thought they made me look fabulous. They really did. And then they wanted me dancing on a rooftop, and they wanted me walking in the street. They had a lot of ideas, and I'm willing to do it all, yes. And I was treated like a big star because I had my own trailer, a large trailer, and I had a double who was there for the lighting, and I'd never had that before. So this was all new to me, and very exciting to be looked after so nicely.
And where do you think we could still need more age diversity in media?
We need age diversity everywhere, because as men get older, they are still in the media, still everywhere, and women are neglected, and they don't want to book them anymore. And my saying is that 50% of CEOs should be women, 50% of presidents should be women, because we'll have a kinder, gentler world. And also, so women should support women to get to that position, but men should support women too. We're not competition to men. We just think the best person should be able to get the job.